Meet GhostTrack, a tool on GitHub designed to find people using digital breadcrumbs. It's not a game or social app, but a utility that analyzes data like IP addresses, phone numbers, and usernames. GhostTrack can use these fragments to reveal information about you. The code is open source and available for anyone to use. Its GitHub page lists features like IP geolocation, phone number lookup, and username OSINT. The creators are anonymous, presenting GhostTrack as a neutral tool. It can search for usernames, link posts, and find connections. It can also connect phone numbers if they've been posted publicly. GhostTrack is like a tireless digital investigator, available to anyone who can run a script. GhostTrack exploded in popularity because it hits a nerve about privacy. It shows us the consequences of our digital habits, reusing usernames, sharing locations, clicking agree without reading. Security professionals call this OSINT, open source intelligence, and use it to track criminals or investigate scams. But the same tool can be used for stalking or harassment. Its open source nature means anyone can see, download, or modify the code. That transparency is a double-edged sword. It allows for security audits, but also makes digital snooping accessible to anyone. GhostTrack is potent and controversial because it lowers the barrier to tracking people online. It's a symbol of our times, highlighting the tension between security and privacy. It forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. Are we trading privacy for convenience? What are the new rules? GhostTrack doesn't answer these questions. It just holds up a mirror to our digital world. It's a wake-up call in the form of a Python script. How does GhostTrack hunt? It's clever programming, not magic. Start with an IP address. GhostTrack checks public databases to estimate your location, maybe a city, sometimes a neighborhood. For phone numbers, it queries public APIs to find the carrier, country, and sometimes even social media links. The real power is in username tracking. Give GhostTrack a username, and it checks hundreds of sites: Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, obscure forums, logging every match. In minutes, it maps out your online presence, interests, and social circles. The danger isn't in one piece of data, but in aggregation. An IP from a forum post, a username linked to Instagram, a blog with a phone number. GhostTrack connects the dots. It builds a detailed profile from the digital crumbs you've scattered. It's not hacking, it's assembling what's already public. The result is a tapestry of your online life, woven from threads you didn't know you'd left behind. GhostTrack is a master aggregator. That's what makes it so powerful and so unsettling. GhostTrack's functions are clear, but its limits are not. IP geolocation is often imprecise. VPNs and proxies can throw it off by continents. The tool presents its findings as fact, but reality is fuzzier, risking false accusations. Legally, GhostTrack operates in a gray area. It uses public info, but using that info to harass or dox is illegal. The creators are anonymous. Are they activists, researchers, or something else? No one knows. This anonymity means no accountability if the tool is abused. The biggest unknown is GhostTrack's future. Today, it's a set of scripts. Tomorrow, it could integrate facial recognition or writing analysis. Open source projects evolve fast, and GhostTrack could become much more invasive. We know what the ghost looks like now, but not what it will become. That uncertainty is part of what makes it so alarming. GhostTrack exposes a new kind of privacy problem, not about secrets, but about public information. Alone, a username or a location tag seems harmless. Aggregated, they reveal your routines, beliefs, and relationships. The ethical issue is consent. You never agreed to have your scattered online identity compiled into a single report. GhostTrack treats the public internet as a data buffet, ignoring context and intent. Misinterpretation is a real risk. IP addresses can be wrong, usernames can overlap, phone numbers can be outdated. Faulty data can lead to harassment or even real-world consequences. The tool presents data with authority, but can't verify accuracy. This creates a chilling effect. If every post can be linked back to you, would you still speak freely? Anonymity protects whistleblowers and vulnerable people. GhostTrack threatens that layer. Its very existence can silence voices and make the internet less safe for those who need privacy most. The nightmare isn't just what's possible, it's what's already happening. GhostTrack turns public trivia into a private biography. GhostTrack isn't just for villains. though stalkers and trolls are a real concern. For them, it's a weapon for intimidation and doxing. But journalists use it to verify sources or expose disinformation networks. Cybersecurity pros use it to profile attackers and defend against breaches. Even ordinary people, parents, business owners, or those searching for lost friends, might use it for personal reasons. The same action, aggregating public data, can have very different ethical outcomes. Intent matters, but GhostTrack doesn't care about intent. It just provides the data. The line between protection and invasion is blurry. Where does concerned parenting end and spying begin? GhostTrack leaves these ethical choices to the user. It's a tool for both hunters and the hunted. The consequences depend on who's holding the script. GhostTrack forces us to ask, is public data truly fair game? Technologists say yes, but privacy advocates argue context matters. Sharing info with a small group isn't the same as sharing it with the world. Tools like GhostTrack erase those boundaries, collapsing all contexts into one. Should GhostTrack be banned? It's just code. Banning it is nearly impossible. A better approach might be regulating the data sources it uses, making scraping harder. Platforms like GitHub face tough choices, host neutral code, or police potential misuse. The debate is about censorship versus responsibility, and there are no easy answers. Ultimately, this is about the kind of internet we want, one where every step is tracked, or one with room for privacy and mistakes. GhostTrack is a proxy for the bigger battle over digital boundaries. These are questions for all of us, not just coders, to decide. Should you panic? No. But should you be aware? Absolutely. GhostTrack is powerful, but it only works with public data. If you use different usernames and keep personal info private, it finds little. Its accuracy is limited. IP geolocation can be wrong, usernames can overlap. The tool provides leads, not conclusions. Your best defense is good digital hygiene. Google your username, review privacy settings, use unique usernames, consider a VPN. These aren't paranoid steps, they're basic safety in the digital age. The real threat isn't master hackers, but casual snooping by anyone with a grudge or curiosity. The normalization of tracking erodes our expectation of privacy. Don't be scared, but be proactive. Your privacy isn't automatic, you have to maintain it. Stay alert, stay informed, and take control of your digital footprint. That's how you keep your ghosts safe. GhostTrack is a paradox, a tool for both good and harm. In the right hands, it helps journalists, security experts, and researchers uncover truth and protect society. In the wrong hands, it enables stalking, harassment, and fear. The code is neutral. The conflict is ethical. We value both security and privacy, but GhostTrack forces us to confront the trade-offs. We can't uninvent this technology. The ghost is out of the machine. The only way forward is to grapple with the questions it raises about data, consent, and digital rules. Digital privacy is a collective responsibility. Users must practice good hygiene, developers must consider ethics, and society must demand better protections. The future of our digital lives depends on the choices we make now. Will we let our ghosts be hunted, or will we build a world with control over our shadows? The choice is ours. The conversation starts today.